RFID chip in your wife's shoulder.
I was keeping tabs on her.
Keep tabs on her. She's a human being. You're aware of that, huh? Not a pet.
She was cheating on me.
That doesn't give you the right to tag her.
RFID is the way of the future. I'm just ahead of the curve. 15 years, everyone will be implanted with a chip.
Really?
15 years, everyone will be implanted with a chip. Really?
Shalom. Call hello Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth, and much respect to the brothers out there laboring in his work, and also to the believers to USA. Shalom. So yeah, in this lesson we're going to be going into a logical explanation, dealing with the mark of the beast, to kind of give you more of an insight of why it is an RFID microchip. All right, you got a lot of people saying that the mark of the beast is sin, it's something spiritual, it's white women. All right, and these are things that don't make any sense. All right, they're not logical. So when you use a little bit of logic, a little bit of evidence, as you just saw in the opening clip, all right, you even had a banker come out and tell you that the whole world is going to be ran by a chip. So what chip do you think it's going to be, man? It's going to be the RFID microchip, and this is coming from a banker. I mean, so what more proof do you need? All right, but anyway, we're going to keep going and further explain it through the scriptures, along with a little evidence. But first, let's get this definition of the word logic. It says a proper or reasonable way of thinking about something. All right, sound reasoning. It says there's no logic in what you said. There's no logic in what ISUPK is saying. All right, the mark of the beast is what? Sin. So if we sin, that means that we can't buy or sell. It doesn't make sense, And also the fact that so-called white women is the mark of the beast. So if you're going to sleep with a so-called white woman, you can't buy or sell. That's what you're saying. And also this guy Tazariak, all right, said some shit like, I think it was saying that a so-called black cop, who shoots someone, that's a sign of the mark of the beast, if I'm not mistaken. Some crazy shit like that. But anyway, we're going to prove this with logic and why this makes sense that it is the RFID microchip. All right. So yeah, definition 2 says that science that deals with the rules and processes used in sound thinking and reasoning. Okay. So let's go to, Revelations 13 and 16, the infamous scripture, because this is pretty much what it all comes down to, the mark of the beast. That's why it's such a big topic. And if you take this mark, then of course, as written in Revelations 14 and 9, all right, the Lord's going to destroy you. So, we'll get to that. But first, let's go ahead and look into this. Verse 16 says, and he, of course, is talking about Esau and his beast system. And again, the beast is the system, the newly revised Roman Empire. All right. So this is that beast system that's mentioned in verse 15, the revival of the Roman Empire. So it says again, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. Now, another group would tell you that, receiving this mark in your hand or in your forehead is spiritual. Okay. And it's Esau's philosophy. So if you receive his philosophies in your right hand or in your forehead or in your thoughts, as you would think, all right, can you not buy or sell? Can you buy or sell if you got Esau's philosophy in your mind? The answer is yes. All right, so that can't be it. And he cause of all right. Of course, he is talking about Esau and his beast system. And again, this beast in verse 15 is talking about the beast system, the new revised Roman Empire, that deadly wound that was healed. Ancient Rome that fell, and it was healed and came back in the form of America in this beast system, all right, controlled by the EU and NATO, you see. And so this system is going to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, all right? So this is talking about all people. And what you see happening right now, you have a pandemic going on, this C-19, you see? And so you gotta think of things from the perspective of Esau. When you consider that this man lost his birthright, that he feels like was his. All right. He feels like he was duped out of his blessing. And from that point on, it says that this man hated Jacob. So this man has always hated the Most High and his brother, from him giving away his birthright. He feel like he was duped. All right. And so this man wants to figure out some kind of way that he can control the whole world and get his blessing back. All right. And the only way he can do that was by deceit, you see. And so he wants to take him to the next level. He already has, all right, the whole world, pretty much obeying him, which is what being rebellious against the Most High. Everyone is pretty much an anti-Messiah, an anti, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. Okay. And he wants to take it to the next step by doing what? Defiling everyone on earth and getting them to worship him by the way of this chip. He wants to watch, control, see, and decide what everyone does. All right. And we're going to get into some information concerning that. So again, he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, a free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. And as we get all the time, this word mark goes into the word charagma in the Greek. All right. Charagma, which is a stamp, an imprinted mark, imprinted mark. All right. Or the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the anti-Messiah. All right, so this is talking about a physical mark. It's going to be stamped on the followers of Esau's beast system. It goes and say the mark brand upon the horses. And Esau, these elites look at, all right, pretty much humans as cattle. It's goyim. All right, and what do you do with cattle? You tag and track them. So that's what he wants to do. And it's that simple. It's that simple. He just wants to tag and track the whole world and get them under his control, under one system. All right. It goes on to say the thing carved, sculpture, graven work, or idolatrous images. Idolatrous images. All right. The Strong's G definition, Strong's G 5482, says a scratch or etching, a stamp as a badge of servitude or sculpture figure. And that's simple. So this mark is not talking about a spiritual mark, but a physical mark that's going to be used to track or tag, track, and trace everyone on the planet. All right. So verse 18 says, here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beasts, the number of the beast system. For it is the number of a man, which is Esau. And his number is 603 score and 6. All right. 666. And when you go into this new patent that they came out with back in 2020, all right, it just shows you what they're planning on doing. So the name of this patent is WO2020060606. Let him that have wisdom count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 683 score and 6. 666. So there you go. All right. So before we get into that real quick, let's go to 1 Timothy 6 and 10. It says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. All right. The love of money is the root of all evil. So this mark, as it is written, in Revelations 13 and 17, is associated with money. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, say if he'd have had the mark, all right, as we can see, it's a physical mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right. So this mark is associated with cash, money. All right, which is going to be evil. All right, this is evil and rebellion against Most High, and it's associated with a form of money. So again, this is called cryptocurrency. All right, a system using body activity data. Right, a cryptocurrency using body activity data. So when you scroll on down, this came out last year, 2020. When you scroll down, you got a depiction, all right, of what looks like, an individual to the bottom left that's attached into a system. All right, he has a sensor, he has a user device, a communication network, and it goes up into a cryptocurrency system. And so let's get the definition of that. It says abstract It says the human body activity associated with a task provided to a user may be used in a mining process of cryptocurrency system. All right, they want to cashless society. They want to get rid of cash and go into a digital cryptocurrency system. It says a server may provide a task to a device of a user which is communicatively coupled to a server. You see? So this individual is going to be communicatively coupled to a server. All right? It says a sensor communicatively coupled to or comprised in a device of a user may sense body activity of the user. Body activity data may be generated based on the sensed body activity of the user. The cryptocurrency system communicatively coupled to the device of the user may verify if the body activity data satisfies one or more conditions set by the cryptocurrency system and award cryptocurrency to the user whose body activity data is verified. So you see, this cryptocurrency is going to be associated with something that is attached to your body, and based on your actions, all right, you're going to be able to receive cryptocurrency. And that's Esau pretty much causing everyone to worship him. And if they don't do what he say, all right, they're going to turn your chip off. All right, they're going to turn your cryptocurrency off associated with your chip. It's going to have, all right, your medical records, okay, your identity, everything's going to be attached into that one chip, you see. So it says again, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You're going to have to worship this beast in order for you to buy or sell by the way of this chip. And I just showed you, you know, the 666 that was mentioned in the cryptocurrency, this patent that just came out in 2020. All right. So from there, let's go to another article. All right. Even these Christians, man, these Edomite Christians, even they have a better understanding. Even they know that the mark of the beast is a chip. And it's a damn shame you got the Israelite groups who refuse to admit that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. All right. So as we got in that Greek definition in the Blue Letter Bible, all right. Matter of fact, let's get it real quick. This word mark goes into charagma. And when you break it down, all right. Okay.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
So let's go to the root word, right? The etymology. See what we get. All right, karax. All right, karasso says to sharpen to a point, akin through the idea of scratching, a pale or stake. All right, a palisade. All right, so pretty much something to impale something with. Okay. So going back to this article, all right, you got microchips and plants in 666, epi, charagma, and chi, psi stigma. All right, and we're gonna scroll on down and get this right here. It says the Strong's definition of among really, all right, starts to make sense when one considers the patented biobond coating that enables the surrounding tissues to fuse with an otherwise smooth glass capsule. Biobond was a solution to the problem of RFID microchips migrating when implanted under the skin of household pets. See, they've been testing this out on pets all along. As you read in the book of Psalms, 64th chapter, it tells you that this man accomplished a diligent search. So they've been researching and experimenting with this for a long time, right? That's why Esau is the most subtle beast of the field. When you read the book of Genesis, the 3rd chapter, okay, so he has been plotting for a long time of how to, get this thing into your skin and for it to stay there. And so it says again, continuing on, this coating makes microchip implants very difficult to remove without surgery. In other words, like the Vero chip, the mark of the beast is likely to remain permanent once implanted. See? So this plastic capsule that they have surrounded around the chip is going to allow it to form and become one with your skin. So it's not like you can cut a hole within your skin and push it out. So once it's in there, it's going to attach and become one with your flesh. All right. And this is like Esau putting his covenant, all right, his seed in you. It becomes you. And so this is what this man wants to do. He wants everyone to worship him as a God. And it's going to be by the way this carnal microchip that's going to be attached into a 5G system connected to the cloud, all right, to one bank, right, a one world bank. You see? So it says here, it says the Greek word for mark is charagma. Strong's Coordinates defines charagma as a scratch or etching, a badge of servitude, graven, and finally mark. All right. Strong's also notes as charagma is directly related to the Greek word charax, which means to sharpen to a point, and also describes as stake. Yeah, we just read that, right? As noted above, one of the definitions of charagma is graven. The American Heritage Dictionary of the English language defines graven as follows: to sculpt or carve, engrave, to stamp or impress deeply, fix permanently. All right. Let's see what else they got. All right. Let's read this. It says, from the definition, we get a clear picture of a surface being pierced by a sharp point of the act or using a tool to engrave. The relationship between the mark of the beast, charagma, and a syringe that pierces the skin is obvious. It's also being noted that a microchip is etched and engraved during its production. The definitions of charagma, coupled with the fact that subdermal microchips are injected using a specialized syringe, make it clear that the mark of the beast could very well be the RFID microchip implanted into the hand. So there you go, man. Even these, bugged out Christians understand that this is simple, and the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. All right, but Esau is going to deceive the masses into taking this thing because it doesn't seem like it's going to be something that's detrimental. All right, and people love their lives here, so they're gonna bow down when everything falls in order to take this chip in order to maintain their lives. You see, and so this is what it's heading to with these vaccines and all this stuff, man. Everything is set up to get everything ready, or everyone ready for this microchip. And Esau understands, the prophecy concerning the chip. All right. So when you read Revelations 14:9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, all right, the beast, Esau, and his image, this newly revised Roman Empire, this beast system, and receive his mark in its forehead, all right, in his forehead or in his hand. It can be left or right. This same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstones in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. You see that? So this is going to be the destruction of America. All right. When the Lord makes his return back and you took that chip, then you're going to be tormented in front of the holy angels in Yahushua. So this is the judgment that's going to take place for you taking that chip that you thought was, that was nothing. But just because you want to maintain and keep your life here, you see. And so Esau knows that everyone's not going to be willing to take a chip. So he has to break you down and get you to beg him, all right, for this chip. That's why society is breaking down. People are losing jobs. After a while, it's not going to be any jobs. And the only ones that are going to have the resources is the government. In order for you to get those resources, you're going to do what? You're going to take a chip. You're going to have to take the vaccine, and then you're going to have to take the chip. All right, that's the ultimate goal, to get everyone tagged, tracked, and traced. You see. So yeah, that's the judgment. That's the RFID microchip, plain and simple. If you can't get it by now, then it just wasn't meant for you to get, and the Lord's going to destroy you because he blinded you for that specific purpose. So with that, Lord willing, you will edify till next time I say shalom.